What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm. So I got my main man Mojo out here. It's time for his medicine. So we got a nice little hot dog for him here. You guys know he's been sick here recently, and kind of brings up some questions. How long are we going to work Mojo on the farm? Well, we don't know yet. We're gonna let him decide that. But so we have a surprise for Mojo today. Just a few days ago, we took a special delivery, and we got it in the shop, so I'm gonna see if he'll follow me in here. We're gonna let you know what's going on. We got a project we're gonna be working on today, but you gotta come inspect it for me. Come on. You wanna come see? Come on. All right, come here. Come here, I want you to see this. This is going to be huge for your retirement, okay? We know it's coming someday, we just don't know when. So look at this. Look, here. What do you think about this? Look. Look at that. So what we got here, guys, is a mini split unit from MrCool. It is a 36K. It's a heat pump heater, and it's an air conditioner, and we're going to be installing it in this 30 by 40 shop. The shop's insulated. It's 1,200 square foot, and we're going to try to figure out a way that, come here, whenever the big man here is, when he's sick or in his elderly age, when it's time for him to go into semi-retirement of being a livestock guardian dog, you guys can see his fur right here. It is like a polar bear, and he greatly struggles in this Oklahoma humidity. In the summertime, it gets so hot here. Winter times, it gets super cold. Like yesterday, a couple days ago, it was 30 degrees and sleeting. Today it's supposed to be 82 degrees, and that's super hard on these dogs, and the older they get, the harder it gets on them. So with this mini split unit, what that's going to allow us to do is heat and cool this shop. And one day I want to figure out a way where we can let Mojo come and go as he pleases in the shop. You guys know he's super scared of storms and loud noises and stuff like that. So one day, hopefully, we can figure out a way that he can come and go into the shop, and if he's hot, he can cool off. If he's cold, he can get warm. But these livestock guardian dogs never really retire, the ones that are loyal to guarding their animals and stuff. So I don't think he'll ever fully retire, but I want to make his life a lot easier because he has been an awesome dog for us. We try to take care of our animals as greatly as possible. So with that being said, today what we're going to do is we are going to get busy. We got a nice day today, so half the install is going to be inside and the other half is going to be outside. We'll start with the inside, but like I said, 36K unit. This is the part that is going to hang on the wall, and then the condenser will be mounted outside. So Mo, what do you think, buddy? Come here. What do you think? I think you like this idea, don't you? You're already smiling. Huh? You're already smiling. You want to help me install it or what? He said, oh boy, I don't know about that, Dad. His eyes lit up when I said that. So anyways, I'm gonna get some tools ready, and we'll get ready installing this unit. So guys, I am super excited to get this MrCool mini split unit. I have been wanting to add something to the shop for so long to heat and cool. You guys know I got a wood stove over there that takes up a lot of room, which is nice, and all, it takes a lot of work. This thing is supposed to be super quiet, and the install is going to be super easy. They ship it right to your house. I don't have to call an HVAC technician that charges high rates of labor to come out and install this for me. It is 100% DIY. So I'm looking forward to getting it installed and being able to come out in the shop when it's super cold or super hot and do all kinds of projects. Okay, so this is the spot that we have decided to put the mini split unit. I'm going to hang it up about 7 foot tall here. But one thing that MrCool provides is this cardboard template, so you know exactly where your screw holes are going to be and your cutout for your lines and your electrical. So as you guys can see, this is a pole-barn shop building, and what I need to do is I need to put a piece of plywood on these studs right here on these horizontal 2x4s to make this completely flat. The anchor screws are going to be into this 2x4 up here, but I'm afraid that it's going to be at a little bit of an angle, and it needs to be pretty much level. So I'm going to add a piece of plywood right here, put this template up, and then we'll mark our holes and get all that ready. Got it? Mm-hmm. You can drop your end down just a hair. Okay. Alright guys, so MrCool ships the unit with the bracket that is actually going to mount on the wall. It's got one screw in it, so we'll take that off here. Okay, so we're going to take our cardboard template and get it where we need the screws to be. And I'm going to mark for the hole that's going to go outside the Sharpie, and we'll get our hole saw and cut that out. Oh, because it come right out right there. I want to get a longer bit. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. I went to drill the first one and I didn't check, but the pilot bit went right into the ridge of the metal on the outside, so we ended up moving everything over about 2 inches, and we're gonna re-drill the hole on the flat part of the panel. This is barely even cutting it. Daylight. Nothing a little duct tape can't fix. Okay, our wall mount bracket is hung now. We're gonna put the sleeve through the wall. Just like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark it to where I need to cut it to come out flush with the wall. And we'll go inside and cut it off. Alright guys, so since this plastic sleeve was pretty long and we're only going through a really flat wall that is only metal and the thickness of this insulation right there, I went ahead and cut it down quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there, but I want to show you guys something. This right here, this is the trim piece that goes from the outside in, and I went ahead and trimmed that down as well so it wouldn't be sticking out through the wall. Okay. So this is our hoses, and we got to be super careful with these not to bend them. It has our drain line. So I just want to kind of pull them out at a 90-degree angle. Just like that. And this comes just with it. And then they recommend getting some electrical tape and putting it around all this to kind of keep it together. You want to make sure that your drain line is on the bottom. Okay. Now, grab.
Let me get this all the way through though.
Okay. drain line.
You got it? Okay.
Let's see, where am I at? Okay. Just like that. Okay. There we go. Level. Make sure it's snapped in. Okay guys, so we got the inside unit hung and it is ready to go on the inside, but now we have to get the condenser out there and get it mounted. And like I said, we are mounting this thing on the wall. It's not going on a concrete pad on the ground. So I got this wall mount bracket here, and the problem we're facing now is since our building has the metal siding on it with the ribs, we're going to have to put some lumber in between each rib and kind of build out for this bracket right here. And I went ahead and measured the feet on the condenser unit that this will be setting on, and it's about 26.5, so I kind of already marked here, got my center lines, and now we're going to go outside and we're going to cut some lumber and get this mounted to the wall where we want it. Now we got to hold this up where we want it. So that the board and all this is melted right here, and this is going to have to go into that. So we're just going to try to get it level.
Easier for me to be here. Where's your level?
Huh?
Level?
Right here. In the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Good?
Yep.
Alright guys, so it's time to mount the condenser on the wall brackets out here, and since we're mounting this condenser elevated off the ground, we have to install a little drain valve on the bottom of it. So right now I'm taking these bolts that was holding this down on the pallet for shipping purposes, and then I'm going to see if me and Rachel can lift this on there and we'll get the valve installed.
This goes to the back, right?
Yep, that's the back. So we'll go ahead and just turn it around here. Okay. Can you get underneath it?
I can't do it. Hold on.
Tell me where to go.
Okay.
Alright guys, so we got the condenser mounted up on the wall bracket. I got one bolt in there already, but what we're going to do is MrCool provides these little rubber square deals, and what this is like a little bushing that goes between the actual feet of the condenser and the wall mount bracket, and it helps cut down on the vibration and the noise from it like rattling and stuff. Okay. So that adds a good 1/4 inch of cushion between the two the bracket and the metal foot. Alright guys, so in your MrCool unit you will see a little package, and it'll have this little drain valve, and it will have an O-ring. If you're mounting this elevated off the ground like we are, it's mandatory you do this so it will drain good, or in the wintertime whenever your heat pumps are running, it will cause some malfunctioning. It could freeze. So go ahead and get this installed just like that. You see it? Alright, so next step is to go ahead and bend these down, and you want to do it very gently and easy so you don't kink them. So it's important you take your time. Okay, next step, we're going to go ahead and remove the cover to access the coil valves. Do not lose your screws. And MrCool included a little Allen wrench, a T-handle Allen wrench right here to open up these valves. We'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, so at this point, this is where you will go ahead and unravel your coil depending on how many feet you need. In our case here, we're only maybe about 3 feet, and this coil is about that, so I'm not going to unravel it a whole lot. I'm just going to bend it just a little bit to kind of get it into shape. And if you have to go like 10 feet or 12 feet or whatever, just make sure you don't uncoil more than you need, because it's already kind of coiled up and you don't want to kink it. Okay, so it's time to connect our lines. So we're going to go ahead and take these plugs out and connect our lines. We'll do one at a time. Should be a male and a female, and I got 2 large crescent wrenches here. I'm gonna just get this bent into where it needs to be. You want to make sure that you are straight and it does not get cross-threaded, so go ahead and start it with your hand. Okay, so this is the T-handle Allen wrench. We're going to open up the valve covers here and turn it in there, and you should be able to turn it one way or the other. See if you guys can hear that. I'm going to just keep turning it until you feel resistance, and then you want to stop. Okay, now we'll do the bottom line. See if you guys, I don't know if this one will make a noise or not. Just a little bit. Okay, so we open up the coils. Now we'll put the covers back on, and then we'll check for leaks with some soapy water. Okay, now that we opened up the valves, we're gonna spray. Make sure we don't got no bubbles anywhere. Checking for leaks. And I don't see no bubbles, so that's a good sign. Alright, so MrCool also includes some sealing clay. It's just some gray clay, color white, whatever. And that is going to go up there in the hole around the coils inside the trim. And that should help block any daylight or any air that you see. And you want to make sure all the time that this drain is on the bottom. I'm going to just force this in here. Go ahead and get our coils covered back up with the insulation. Okay, once you determine you have no leaks, MrCool provides these sound dampening pads right here. And what that pretty much does is it keeps your connectors from kind of rubbing against each other whenever this thing does vibrate a little bit. So peel back that a little bit, and you can see it'll kind of keep them from clanking together as this unit vibrates. And they also provide these insulation pads that goes right here where it's bare. Go ahead and cover those up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hook a, they supply quite a bit of drain tubing, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and hook onto that. I don't know how much I need yet, but we don't want to cover that up with the tape we're fixing to wrap around all this. Okay, so we'll get that kind of behind everything. And they supply this tape here. We're going to start way down here at the bottom. And just start wrapping. Okay, so I made a little change. You guys probably noticed I had the disconnect box right here. This is a 60 amp disconnect box. I had it mounted up here because before we knew where the cutout was going to go, I went ahead and re-ran the cable. But anyways, it came out right below where the coil lines and the drain line comes down, and I didn't want to have that right underneath the drain line for sure. Plus, I'm going to show you guys something here in a little bit how I'm going to hide all this. So anyways, I relocated it over here. And we'll get to that in just a little bit, but now we're to the point where we are going to hook up the electrical wires. There is a MC cable right here, so first what you want to do, you're going to pull off this cover here. And do not lose these screws. We'll set this aside. Set these screws over here. Alright, so this cable, of course, just like the coils, it's pretty long, so you got room if you need to run this quite a ways away. And what's nice about this is MrCool makes this even easier because all your terminal ends right here are labeled, so you can't mess it up. You got 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then of course your ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of wind this up and get it to where it looks a little better. I'm gonna hang it off the wall here somehow and just kind of hide the excess cable, and then we'll terminate this. Okay, so it is time to go ahead and hook up the MC wire provided by MrCool. But one thing you want to do is do not forget to run this through your cover first. So we'll take the nut off. We'll go ahead and run this through here. Kind of just get that out of the way for now. Put this back on there so I don't lose it. We'll tighten it down here in a little bit. Okay, so that's one thing you don't want to forget. Okay, so now comes the super easy part. Like I said, everything's labeled, so you can't really make a mistake here unless you can't tell the difference between numbers. So we're going to start out with 1. And we got a strap right here that will run all this wiring through whenever we get all the electrical hooked up, and that'll kind of just be a little keeper strap that'll hold it in place. Alright, so we'll go to 1 to 1. And you want to make sure it slides all the way up in there. Tighten it down good and tight. Next is number 2. And then number 3. So that's pretty simple right there. We got a ground wire. There's a little green ground screw right here. I'm gonna put this through here already. Come back around. Okay, so we got the MC wire, the power wire with the signal wire inside of it. Now we're going to hook up the main power line in, and the pigtail that I have, I got to hook it up to the disconnect, but you got a line in here, so you'll get 110 volts in here and 110 on this side, and then we'll get that all hooked up. Okay, next step, we got the service wire installed into the condenser from the 60 amp disconnect. I've got it out right now. I've already checked the voltage. We're good to go there. So it's time to put the cover back on. And then we can go inside and test the unit. And if you haven't already, this is a good time. If you haven't already checked for your gas leaks and such, this is when you would want to do that. To make sure that your coil lines are not leaking. Go ahead and put the disconnect back in. Maybe. Okay, so before we go outside and finish putting in some of the stuff that hides all the coil lines and all that, we're gonna go ahead and test this thing out to make sure everything's functioning right. So in your kit, you will get a remote, and you'll get a little wall mount. You can mount it on the wall where you want, and you get some batteries. Now we haven't turned the breaker on yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this ready to show you guys. All right, looks like it's working. All right, put the camera on the unit, and we're gonna turn the breaker on and see if it does anything. All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay, that's a good sign. So before I turn it on, it recommends putting it on cool and putting it on its lowest setting and letting it run for 5 minutes. And then after that, you can put it on heat and do the same. So take some of this stuff off. Here's the remote control. So let's put it on power. So it says it's 75 in here right now. So we will put it on mode cool and we'll turn it down. I can feel the fan blowing. So looks like it'll go down to 62 on the remote. So we'll start the watch, and we'll let it run for 5 minutes like the manual says, and then we'll come back and turn on the heat. So this unit's been running for 5 minutes on cold, and it is ice cold. This thing, it really gets cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here, and actually I'm gonna change the mode to heat. And turn it up to its highest setting. And start the watch, and we'll let it run for 5 minutes like that on the heat mode. Okay, so while we got our 5-minute heat test going on the inside, we come out here, kind of check on things and to see how loud it is. Because you know, some HVAC units and stuff, the condensers outside can be super loud, and if you live really close to neighbors, if you got livestock like we do, you probably don't want a super loud one. And you guys can see it's got a nice fan on it blowing, but it's not overpowering loud. Sounds just like a little fan going to me, and it's not even vibrating very much or anything. So let's go back inside and see if the heat test should be done. So our heat test is done, and one thing I was doing while it was finishing up is I was playing with the fan settings, and it has low, medium, and high, and it also has a turbo mode. I just turned it on low there, and it has auto and turbo will actually get it. It puts out a lot of air. And one thing, if a lot of people, if you want to install these in your house or anything and you don't want this LED light showing it, you have a button on here called LED, and you can hit that and it disappears. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off for now, and we'll go outside and finish up, and then here in a minute we'll bring Mojo in here and see what he thinks of it. Another cool kit MrCool sells on their website is this line guard cover. So you guys seen where the coil and the electrical line comes out of the wall right behind the unit on the outside? Well, it's not the prettiest thing to look at, but they sell this kit here, and I'm gonna go out there and get this thing installed, and it should help cover up all those lines. So we got the line cover kit installed, and you guys can see how well it cleans up the whole install. You can't even see those coil lines until it gets way down there where it starts to bend. And in the kit, it comes with quite a bit of the cover, and you can go quite a ways down. So if you had to come out way over there, you have enough to go. It has an angle. There's all kinds of stuff in the kit, so be sure to check that out. Alright guys, so another cool function of this MrCool mini split unit is it is able to be controlled via Wi-Fi. So this is out in the shop, not in our house. I can download an app from MrCool and control everything on here with my cell phone. So what it does is it comes with a smart USB AC controller, and it's like a little USB flash drive. I'm going to show you guys how to install it, and you have to install it a certain way, so make sure you read the instructions. So I'm going to get up here. Alright guys, so we're going to set this up on the app. I went ahead and created an account. So we are going to go to Smart USB AC Controller. Step 1, power on your MrCool. So we'll turn on the unit. And hit next. Mobile data, step 3, go to Wi-Fi settings on your phone. Connect your phone. Your device name shop has been configured successfully. Alright, so now that we have it installed on our phone, it's showing it is 75 in here. It's showing it 75 degrees and it says it is powered off. So power on. I'm going to go ahead and turn the air on. You can change the fan speed. Wow, that is a really cool app. So you can control it anywhere as long as you have Wi-Fi or mobile network on your phone. Alright, Mo, we're done. You want to go check it out? I know it's hot today. Huh? I know it's hot today. But you're a good boy. Come on. Let's go. Come here. Come on. Come on. It's in the shop. So it is a warm 82 degrees. No, not there. He said, oh, just come over here and scratch my head, Dad. I know, you're a good boy. I gotta show you the MrCool mini split unit. We got it installed. Come on. Come on. Here, Mo. Come on, boy. There he comes. He said, oh, did you say mini split? Okay, come here, Mo. You gotta check this out. You gotta check this out. Oh, it's nice and cold in here. Come here. Come on. Okay, you talked me into it, Dad. Wow, this is nice and cool in here. So what do you think, huh? What do you think? We got the mini split installed, the air conditioner. You're gonna go over here and look at it. Look at this. So the air conditioner is running, and I got the thermostat set on 71. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but this thing is working out wonderful. You think you could get used to this, huh? During your retirement days? I can be in here working on projects and you can come in here and chill out with me. What do you think? You like it? He said, yeah, this is really awesome, Dad. Why couldn't you have done this sooner? He said, it's super hot out there. Good boy. Yep. So I think Mojo approves, guys. It is absolutely wonderful. It feels great in here. But the coolest thing about this mini split unit is I did it all by myself with the help of my wife, Rachel, you know, helping me lift some stuff and holding the camera and all that type of stuff. But I didn't have to call a technician. I did all the work pretty much by myself, and the manual is step by step. It can't get any easier than that. So what more could you ask for? You think you can get used to this? He said, heck yeah, man, I'll just stay in here. Well, I know you still gotta guard your goats and stuff, but if I'm in here doing projects or something, I can let you in and out for now. We gotta figure out a doggy door or something. What do you think? Think that'll work good? MrCool also provides a 7-year compressor warranty and a 5-year parts warranty with the option of customers to subscribe for an additional lifetime limited warranty. So get like me and Mojo and get comfortable today. Check out the link in the description below and check out all the different products MrCool offers. I'm sure they'll have something that will suit your best needs, whether it be a single zone or multi-zone unit. I think me and Mojo is gonna chill in here and relax for a little bit, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video of the MrCool mini split installation. 100% DIY. You can't beat that. So subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment down below if you guys already have a MrCool or if you're looking into getting one, and let us know what you think. So we'll see you next time. Good boy.